Okay, so guys, yeah, I'm going to be explaining something very simple. This is gold on the H1. So that price has been making lower lows. So most people will be looking for buys immediately because of that quick rejection. Go to the M15. Look at the market structure. Price has been making lower lows on the M15. This was the previous candle here. So for price to continue going higher, we have to first of all show some bit of momentum. Price has to clear that area there. And then this was the previous low. So for price to continue its movement down, you have to also push through that area. So this was the zone that created the previous high. So go to the M5 maybe for more market structure, and on the M5 we see that price has now been making higher highs. Okay, this is a scalping strategies anyways. So price has been making what? Higher highs. So as long as we don't cross this first area here, we are good to go for buys on gold. Okay, we are good to go for buys on gold because we have been making lower lows, and then here we're making higher highs. It's a pullback, but it's worth it. So here I will take my entries for buys. Let's go to the M1 and I see what price is giving me. I have a bit of a gap though, but you have to wait a bit for price to at least drop a bit lower, maybe to this area here, because this is where I have some bit of demand. And yeah, okay, so price is dropping, which is good for us. Price is dropping. Price is dropping. Okay, and also the other issue that we have with this setup is that price has failed to actually break this previous high. Okay, so that means it's weak. The buyers are weak at this area. So for that information, what you could do is perhaps wait for price to give you a clear momentum sign. Otherwise, it's a negative setup. Then on EUR/JPY, okay, I think my data is used up. But yeah, we shall be trading this small account starting from today. Shall see if we can get any setups. Okay, shall see if we can get any setups. Meanwhile, let's backtest some more, maybe like 5 times more. Okay, so you see the price has been making lower lows until recently at this area here, where price actually now started printing higher highs, and also there was a break of structure. So we can easily say that we can put in our buys at this area no matter where. Stop loss is going to be underneath this screen allocated low, and then TP is at a higher high. So let's wait and see. So see the price eventually comes and then clears that area, although it takes some bit of time. Of course, now price actually does indeed clear that area. We have a 9k profit. Okay, so given that, now we go for something else. What do we want to see? Price has formed a new higher high. Where did we break for that new higher high? Well, if we observe again, we have a new lower high there. This was the new higher high that got broken. Okay, so since the market structure is extremely bullish, for now we can simply just wait for price to clear even more orders. Okay, so we see the price is pushing down, broke, and then afterwards we see a break. Is there a break of structure? Not exactly, but we see that price is breaking. We broke to the downside, formed a new lower low than the previous low, so that's a good news. Then we had a pullback. Okay, so price is now pushing lower. Of course, we pushed lower. We had another pullback up. As long as we don't close above that, we are good to go for sales. Stop loss above this area here. Take profit is at the previous low. Simple as that. Okay, if we get taken out, that's good. That means that price is now starting to buy, and we have to form a new higher high. Okay, so this high is higher than this previous high, so you can buy because we already have a market structure break. And then the TP is gonna be at the previous high, which is around here. Stop loss is gonna be underneath this previous low, because if price breaks this previous low, there's no meaning to our setup. So we shall wait and see what price gives us. Okay, so price actually does indeed come and clear us out, okay, and then continues even lower. So after some time here, we see price push up above this previous low, previous higher low, and then what do we expect? We expect a correction and then a pullback. So you see that the correction can actually create even a new lower low. But what matters is that price correction. See, there was a break. This was higher high and then higher low along this area. Price came and broke through, so we're expecting another sell set up here. Tip is gonna be at the lows here, stop loss above these two areas. Okay, so price came and cleared the area, but price came clear the area, then created even new lower lows. Okay, rallied down, broke structure, and then after some time we see that price is now creating higher highs. Okay, so we shall buy. Stop loss is gonna be underneath this area here. TP is gonna be at the highs. Okay, simple as that, simple and nice, simple and clean as that. Okay, so again we broke structure to the downside. Okay, wait for a correction move, then we sell. Stop loss above here. TP is gonna be at the top. So you buy as long as price doesn't cross up beneath here. TP is gonna be at the previous high. Okay, price cleared, reached the level, and then it's starting to sell. TP is gonna be at the low here. This is the previous low. Okay, we shall close because price has formed a new higher high and it's forming. We shall buy. Stop loss underneath. TP is gonna be at the previous high there. Well, in most of the cases, actually, what I do is that I just try a trend line and then I see if there is a break of the trend line so that I can easily look for entries. Okay. Okay. This is a good time to buy. Stop loss underneath, and then TP is gonna be at the top here. Okay. So you see the price eventually came and then took out the area. Okay. But I think the trend line strategy is actually more better because compared to other strategies, at least I can get better setups. You see, here we had this minor break and then a continuation upward. We reached the first zone, it wasn't cleared. Price instead came and made new lower lows. Okay, but after some time we cleared that zone. So I think the trend line strategy is better. Trend line strategy plus market structure, those are the two, but they have a higher win rate. USDJPY, let's go to the H1. So shall trade this one also. Go along. Came back to the same zone around here. We're expecting more sales to clear this lower low here, so we shall sell. Stop loss above, TP to the but you have a trend line break, a new higher high, therefore the price should continue to the moon. Buy, stop loss underneath, TP is gonna be at the top here. I think at this point price has been just rolling down and I'm missing something. Okay, we shall buy. So I'll break with a trend line, so we shall buy till that area there. Beautiful. Let's wait a bit. Okay, price has pulled back. We shall wait. Stop loss is about beneath this area here, because if price breaks it, then I shall have no setup. Okay, so price eventually pushed higher and we cleared the level.